Okay. Yeah, 20% for the midterm exam, and normally this is a very short exams that you can have around 20 multiple choice questions. Yeah, for the final term, this is 30 multiple choice questions. And you can see we have 50% for the project. Yeah, and this is the reason why I would like to push the project sooner, and especially that you have 4 weeks before we have the holiday. And the holiday this year, I guess this is around 2 weeks. Yeah, this is, I think this is really a long holiday, and if we have a lot of delay because of the theory, we don't have enough time for the project. And right now, we won't have the schedule for the projects. So last semester, you already have six weeks for the project, and it is very quick. Okay, I don't know what we can have for this semester. We're gonna have 6 weeks for the labs or 10 weeks. I'm not sure. So this is the reason why I want to push the project sooner, and because the evaluations of the project is 50% of your scores. So this is very important. So what we gonna have in the project? Okay, so this is many things have been changed for the project. So you're gonna work in 4 different blocks of a project. Yeah, this course. You're gonna work with the microcontroller platform. Okay, it can be the ARM platform, yeah, a microbit platform. I have lessons for this one. But at the beginning, yeah, you can imagine that this is a kind of microcontroller platform. You have a version for the Arduino platform that you have a lot of experience, maybe, uh, but you have to use the ESP32 instead of the Arduino Uno. Yeah, the resource in the Arduino Uno is very limited. Moreover, this is not really a stable platform, so I suggest that if you use the Arduino platform, it is better that you can use the ESP32. Yeah, 2 different sensors are required to connect it to your platform. Yeah, any proposed sensors are allowed. So at the beginning, I suggest that you can use the temperature and the humidity sensors. Yeah, they are very simple, and we have a small packet for the sensors. Very easy to connect to your platform, and you have a lot of supported libraries for this one. Yeah, this is the HT11 or the HT22. Yeah, any version of them, uh, they are good enough. Okay, wire or wireless communications are required for the sensor platform. You have to send your data to the gateway, which is the next block. And there is an advanced techniques that I want you to work with. This is a standard of the communications, which is Modbus 485. Okay, so 485 is the standard in industrial communications, but for the sensors, we have a specific name, which is the Modbus 485. Okay, but we're gonna have a lessons later. Uh, Very important is the gateway of the project. Yeah, this is uh, a Python source code going to be implemented in the gateway. And at the beginning, we're going to work with our PC. Yeah, we're going to use our PC to implement the gateway. So I think there is no problem for you to work with the PC. And the programming language we're going to use is the Python. Okay, Python programming language. In the future, you can port all of your program to a Raspberry Pi platform. Yeah, this is also a very famous platform in education. And if you can implement everything in the Raspberry Pi, you're going to have some extra points for your project. Okay, yeah, this is the gateway. And you have the server. For any applications right now, you need a server, and we're going to have some IoT server for last years or the last semester, I used the Adafruit IO server. Yeah, it is very simple, very easy to use. It is free. However, for this year, I'm going to change to another server, which is more complex, but very lucky for us that the server is now free. Yeah, last year is not free and you have to pay, but right now the ThinkSpot server is free and we can use it for some demos. Even the performance is not really perfect, but for one user or for your demos, I think it is good enough. Yeah, and we're going to use the ThinkSpot server, a very updated server in IoT applications. Before that, a long time ago, I used the Cloud MQTT server, Microsoft Azure server, many IoT servers. Yeah, you can have some information after the course. Okay, and the big change for the semester for this course compared to previous one is that you're gonna have an application on your smartphone, and we're gonna use the Unity 3D to create a smartphone app. And in the slides, this is the screen of an application created by Unity 3D. So you can see very modern UI, very nice. Okay, and from Unity 3D, you can generate the version for Android phone, Apple phones, a version for desktop, yeah, and even a website. So this is a kind of cross-platform that one program can be generated a different set of files. So this is the reason why I would like to bring the Unity 3D to this course. However, I'm going to invite a speaker to have you some basic steps for Unity 3D and some manuals to how to create an app by using Unity 3D, how to connect to the server, and many methods. Yeah, but after that you have to work by your own to design a UI, very simple UI. You can run it like an application on your desktop, or you can run your app by simulations. It is okay. And if you have your Android smartphone, you can install it on your smartphone. Okay, so you can see many works you have to work. Yeah. So this is the reason why I want to push the project sooner before you can have the holiday. I hope that you can finish the first lab, which is some basic step for the gateway and fully implemented on the server. Yeah, not really implemented, but this is a kind of configurations on the server. Okay, this is the first target before you can have the holidays. Yeah, and this is the project evaluations where you can have 50% on your final result. This is a kind of solo project, so it means that you have to work by your own. Okay, this is not really a group project. Okay, so 2 points for every block. Yeah, so we have 4 different blocks, so you have 8 points if all of the blocks are implemented basically. Okay, so some simple functions of each block. Yeah, if you can finish a block, you will only have 8 points. However, for every single block, I will provide some extra points. Okay, so I'm gonna provide you some suggestions, but you can propose by yourself. Okay, and you have to demo your extra point directly to the lecturer who is in charge of the exercise. I'm not sure, maybe me or another lecturer. Okay, so this is there are some examples for the extra points. So like for the gateway, you can implement everything on a Raspberry Pi. You're gonna have 1 point if you work for a Raspberry Pi. You can implement an advanced communication scheme, which is the error control. Yeah, you're gonna have 1 more point. It means that when you send something to the server, you check if your data is sent successfully to the server. Yeah, there's gonna be a response from the server, and you have to capture this response and process a little bit. Yeah, it is not really complex. So this is the reason why I just provide one point. The last one is very advanced techniques. Yeah, you can search a little bit for the keyword, which is NB IoT connections. Yeah, and if you work for this point, I will provide you 2 points, and I can allow that 2 students can work on this part, but 2 points are for 2 students. It means that you only have 1 point for each. Okay. Yeah, but if you have to work for the NPA IoT, normally you work with the Raspberry Pi, so you have only 1 point. Okay, implement for an error control, you have another 1 point. So if you work for the group, I suggest that you can work for all of them. Yeah. It port to the Raspberry Pi, implement the error control, and work with the NB-IoT, which is a very new services uh, on 5G platform, on 5G infrastructure. Okay, yeah, a very new service for the IoT applications. However, for the ThinkSpot server right now, I only have a very simple idea. If you can work with the rule change on the ThinkSpot server, you're going to have 1 extra point. I will evaluate again the complexity of this extra point to give you more like 2 points, but at the beginning, I not really finished for the evaluation for this extra point. Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can type something on the chat. Yeah, this is a solo project. You have to work by your own. For some extra points, you can work in a group, but I really expect that you can work together. Yeah, 2 students, you have to work. The maximum you have 2 students for a group. But for some extra point that you only have 1 point, yeah, you have to work alone. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is some requirements for a lab. Yeah. Some example for you, and you're gonna have the requirements very soon. The first lab you have to work with a very basic Python source code. Yeah, and ThinkSpot server. You're gonna have 2 points for the first lab if you finish it. Okay, so in the first lab, you need to implement some Python source code to send some data to the server. Yeah, this is a kind of ThinkSpot server. A very simple last part is required. It means that when you send something to the server, you can visualize the data directly on the server. Yeah, this is the tool from the server, and it is very easy to use. It is easy to use. Yeah, you can check some example from the link I provide in the slides. Or you can click from the link in the chat. Yeah, you can create a dashboard similar like the link I provided. Okay, and after that, from the second lab, you have to work with the Unity 3D. Yeah, you're gonna have another 2 points, but I think that the second lab gonna be after the lunar year. But before you can have some holidays, you're gonna have 1 lessons concerning Unity 3D. Okay, and the next lab gonna be gateway implementations. Yeah, we need to implement every functions of the gateway. Connect to the server, connect to the sensors, connect to the microcontroller platform, many functions at the gateway. But everything in the gateway gonna be used Python programming language. So I think that it is not really complex for you by Python source code. Okay, and for the last lab, it's gonna be the sensor integrations. And I hope that after like 8 weeks, you can finish everything. And after that, we're gonna have some extra points. Okay. Okay, so few minutes for your questions if you have.
Teacher,
Okay.
can I ask again about the time of labs?
Yeah, it's gonna be more details when we have the schedulers of the lab. Right now, I won't have any information concerning your labs. So 1 week, 2 weeks, I just estimate. Yeah, it is not really close to the deadline I will provide to you later. Is it okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
I see on the course schedule that in the week 12 we need to go to the school because
Yeah.
it tell that
Yeah.
we have check back into the C5 202 room, so we need to go to the school or not.
Yeah, I think that you have to go to the lab. Yeah, I really expect that you can go to the lab for the sensor integrations. Okay, but if it is impossible for you because right now you have to stay at home or you cannot go to the university, there is a backup for you that you can work with the simulations for the sensors. Yeah, so last semester we don't even have any labs in the university and we have to work everything in the simulations. And for this semester, yeah, it is better that you can go to the university and work for the last one, for the last exercise. But if it is impossible, yeah, so like you cannot go to the university for some reasons, yeah, I allow you to work at home by using simulations. But we're gonna decide it later. Yeah, we're gonna decide it later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So many difficulties if we work everything at home and just only simulations. Okay, but I really expect that some students here you can finish very quick the first lap, the second lap, and go to the last one very quick. So you can register to the labs and work a little bit for the sensor integrations very soon, and you save space for other students at the end. But if everything is impossible, I have a backup. Yeah, I did that for the previous semester that we work everything in the simulations and we work from home because we have no choice. Okay. Yeah, for the next one, it is also a problem for us. Yeah, for all of us. Yeah, because you have to install a lot of software. Okay, so prepare your PC a little bit. Yeah, delete some software that you won't use it regularly. Yeah, to save some space because all of them are very heavy. Okay, so at the beginning, so please uh, after these lessons, so please prepare a little bit for a software to program Python source code. Yeah, and I suggest use PyCharm and Python. Okay, they are in the couple. But if you use Visual Studio Code or a version 3 of the Python, it is okay. But please remember that you have to install the version 3.8.5 for the Python. Because in this course, I would like to introduce you a little bit for the edge computing or AI computing at the gateway. And right now, the version for AI using Python, yeah, the best version I found is 3.8. Okay, I will send you a manual and a link to download this version. I hope that you will use the same versions as my PC. So this is perfect for me to follow or to debug if you have any issues. So the version for the Python is very important in this course. So please notice that. Okay, so Unity 3D, yeah, this is the version, this is the software we need to create the application. So right now the Unity 3D, when you heard about the Unity, this is the software for games, but it is not really true. We can use Unity to create any applications, and games is just one of them. And the beautiful things of Unity is that you can generate one source code to different platforms. So like I said before, the application can be for your Android phone, for your iOS phone, for your PC, and another website versions. So it is perfect. Yeah. And I found a very professional developer for Unity 3D. So this is the reason why I want to update the last block, yeah, the application on your smartphone. Yeah, we're gonna use Unity 3D, and we're gonna have around 3 to 4 weeks for this title for the Unity 3D. But many things have to be prepared before you can join to the lessons and before you can join to the labs. Okay, we're gonna have some hard deadline, and there is no delay for the labs. If you can not finish the lab, you have a lot of problems. Okay, yeah, and the last one is the problem for all of us. Yeah, this is the platform for CE part, yeah, which is you have to work with some hardware components. It is the best if we can go to the labs for 1 or 2 hours. I think this is enough for labs when you have to go to the university. So right now we need to repair everything at home, and we go to the university just to check the connections and run the simulation and run the system very quick, and then we can stop and we go home, continue working for your software and program. Yeah, we don't really need to stay at the labs on the day. So this is the reason why we have to repair this part. Very careful, and I will give you some manuals later, but we have to repair all of the cases. Yeah, if we have some chance, we can work with the STM32. Okay, this is the ARM platform, and I hope that you already have some experience with the microcontroller course. I don't know if there are some students here who just have the final term exam for the microcontroller. Yeah, this is the platform I really hope that you can use in this course, because in the previous semester you have no chance to work with the real platform, and we only work in the simulation environment for the product simulations, right? Okay, so I don't know, some students here, you already have course concerning the microcontroller. So if this is your course in the previous semester, or you already have this course, so type for me number 1. So I would like to have a small survey to check if there are some students here you already work with the STM32. This is the microcontroller platform. Yeah. No? Okay, so you have the course with this platform. Yeah, very nice. So I hope that if you already have this course, you can use it. Yeah, from the Protoss simulation, I can create a link, a virtual link from Protoss to your gateway. Yeah, so you can continue to use STM32Cube. Yeah, you can reuse your program again and improve your system. So right now you can read some ADC values you send to the gateway. From the gateway you send to the server. Many things you can play with this platform. Okay. Yeah, the last one is the backup. If we cannot go to the university, we have to simulate everything, and we're going to use the Protoss to simulate the sensing platform or the sensing system. Okay. Yeah, it is okay. I think. Yeah, 3 minutes for your questions. Okay, so this is the information concerning the evaluations and the project. So the next information you need to carry is some slides, some record, and some manual. Okay. Okay. So because BKL server is a little bit slow right now, it is very hard for us to upload many things to the BKL server. So right now I prefer that we can use Google Drive to share some information. So for the course, there are some manuals. Yeah, I I will show I will mention you to read exactly what is required for next week. But for this folder, this is the records videos. Okay, the slides are gonna be posted here. Okay, so right now it is empty, but I'm gonna upload many informations in this folder. So the link is already shared in your group. Okay, but I'm gonna copy the link again. Yeah, so please save it. Yeah, all of the information is gonna be posted in this drive. In BKL, I only create a link, and after you click to this link, it's gonna jump to this Google Drive. Okay, yeah, because the server right now is very slow. I cannot join to the server to download and upload any information. It is extremely very slow right now, and I hope that it's gonna be better. But right now we have to use Google Drive to save the information. And we have a group in Zalo. Okay, so I hope that you can join in this group. It is better if you have any problem and any questions, you can post in this group. I will follow and answer you very quick, I hope. Okay. Okay, so please join to the Zalo group if you are not in this group. Yeah, I will update it, some information in this group. Okay, so this is the introductions about the course. So normally we're gonna have some lessons before we can have some exercise in the lab. But like I said before, I would like to jump into the lab very soon. So we're gonna work a little bit on the ThinkSpot server, and if we have some times at the end, I will provide you some introductions about the internet, the network, and the concept of Internet of Things. But we're gonna work with the server right now. Okay, so please go to this link. This is a demo of ThinkSpot server, and it is free. Okay, so please log in into the server by your Google account and confirm to me by number one if you already logged in to your server, to the ThinkSpot server. Okay, so please go to the website. Yeah, this is the demo website for ThinkSpot server, and this is free. Okay, please use your Google account to log in to the server. Yeah, and confirm to me by number one if you can go to the screen similar to the screen I shared. Okay, so please work a little bit on your server because you have to work alone for your project. So this is really a chance for you to work right now, because if you have any problem, I can fix for you very quick. Yeah, because we have a lot of experience on this server. But if you delay and you think that you can work later in the lab, yeah, it is not enough time for you to do in the lab everything. So please work when you have the lessons a little bit, and after that you just focus on programming and implement your source code. Yeah, it is better. So please log into the server very quick and confirm to me by number 1 if you can go to this screen. I found here around 10 students you are available for the server. Yeah. But we have here almost 20 students. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce a little bit about the ThingSpot server. Actually, you have the source code for the server. Yeah, this is free for the demo and free for the source code. You can download the source code from the GitHub of ThingSpot, and you can build again the server and release the server in your host. Yeah, you can rent a host. It is not really expensive, around 5,000 Vietnam dong for a year. So around it is not really an expensive price. So you can deploy by your server. Yes, but right now we are using the demo server from ThingSpot. Okay, so you can see we have a lot of services from the server. Okay, so this is the rule chain, yeah, the keyword I said before. So if you can research and use it in your system a little bit, so you're gonna have an extra point for this one. Okay, so whenever you click a service on ThingSpot, they're gonna have some example for you. Okay, you can click on this row and you can open rule chain. Okay, you can check a little bit what we have in this part. No, we have nothing here. No, the server is a little bit slow. I don't know why, but I think because this is yeah, you can see this is the rule chain. Yeah, you define some rules, yeah, in your system, and whenever the condition is true, yeah, the server gonna switch some message to other server. So this is an extra point for you. So research on this part, what is it, and prepare some slide or some demo to present to the class, and you're gonna have one extra point for this one. However, we do have a lot of services, and I have no time to research on these services. Yeah, honestly, I have no time to work for all of these services. So what we're gonna work in the ThingSpot server is the devices. So please click on this option, devices. And this is our starting point in the server. So similar to the rule chain, you're gonna have some example, but you can check the example later. And right now, you need to add one device for your project. Okay, normally you need one device for one project. Okay, so you have a button here which is add device. So click on that button. Yeah, add new device. You have to provide a name. So I'm gonna provide a name which is a CC01 example. So you can put any name. It can be your name or IoT project, whatever you have. and you click the button add here. Just provide the name and click the button add here and confirm to me if you finish for this step by number 2. Okay, so whenever you click on the add button, you're gonna have a row in the list. Yeah, this is the device we just added, CC01 example. However, at the beginning, your device is private, so it is better if you can make it like a public one, a public access. Okay, it's gonna be easier for our work after that, because when we need to access to the server by Python programming, yeah, we need a public access. Okay, yeah, so please click on this icon. Yeah, there is a hint which is make device public. Okay, whenever you click on this button, the device is set to public. Yeah, we're gonna have a check here, but don't click on this button to make it public. Yeah, you have to click on this icon to make this check. Yeah, and when you want to make your device is private, you click again on this button. Really? Yeah, make device private here. The UI is changed a little bit. At the beginning, whenever I check on this button, it is private. Whenever I click on this icon, it is public. Okay, so when you have the device is public, you can click any space in this row. Okay, you can click in this space, yeah, to go to the details of your device. Okay, so please copy the token. Yeah, this is the key to log in to your server when you implement a Python source code. Okay, this is very important. This is the token for your server, so please copy the token and save it somewhere in your PC. Okay, so this is the way we create an account in the server and we create a device in the server. So you can have a lot of devices in your server, but at the beginning we can start with the first one, and you're gonna have a token. Later on, when we work with a Python source code and we send some data to the server, the data is listed here in the latest telemetry. Okay, this is the detail of your device. However, in the future, when we send some data to the server, the data is here. It is saved in the latest telemetry. Okay, so I'm gonna open my source code and send some data to your server. I can ask a random student to provide me a key, and after that I can send some data to your server. Wait a second. Okay, so the last student in the list, Nguyễn Khánh Nguyên Khoa, can you provide me your token so that I can publish some data to your server? Okay, so wait me a second. Okay, this is the Python source code I will provide to you later. Yeah, but to send the data to the server, I need to change the token. So this is the token of your friend. Yeah, so please check on the latest telemetry to show that the data is sent to your server every 10 seconds. Okay, so at the beginning, the value of the temperature and the humidity is set to 30 or 50. But after that, every 10 seconds, the data is increased by 1. Yeah, the value of the temperature and the value of the humidity is increased by 1 every 10 seconds. So please confirm to me that if everything is perfect for your server. You can see the data in the latest telemetry tab. Yeah, this is a UI in your server. And this is the way we can publish the data to the server. So Nguyên Khoa, so please confirm to me if everything is okay.
So I don't see anything in the latest telemetry. So.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I see it. It's below is 53 and the temperature is 33.
You can share your screen to check for other students.
Okay, so.
So if you can finish your server right now, you can have around 1 point. Okay, so every 10 seconds, the data is updated, right?
Yes. Yes.
No, you don't need to check anything. So just wait around the 10 seconds and the data is updated. It is a little bit long. Maybe the server is a little bit lag, but normally it is very quick. Okay, so this is some small demo for you to work with the server. Okay, so if you want to work more with the Python source code, yeah, you have to install an editor for Python source code, and we have to work later on. Okay, so some manuals in the first lesson is stop here, and we have a rest for 3 minutes, and we're gonna go to the theory a little bit before we can go to the next lessons. Okay. Yeah, we come back to the slides. So this is simple steps for you to work with the server. This is a kind of ThinkSpark server, and we're going to have a very special protocol, which is the MQTT protocol. Yeah, this is very different to traditional protocol. In this protocol, you can send some information very quick from your devices to the server, and this is a very mandatory required for IoT applications. When a new data is sent to the server, it is updated immediately. So this is the requirement of the Internet of Things. And in the future, maybe in your phone you have a button, you want to press on this button, and an LED or a pump is activated immediately. So this is the second way of the Internet of Things applications. And we have to work on this later. Okay. Yeah, so this is some introductions about the network, the internet, and the Internet of Things. We're going to have some, we're going to work a little bit on the architecture of the Internet of Things. And I would like to provide you an overview of the edge computing and edge AI. Yeah, we have to work a little bit on AI problems when we work with the Python source code, because it is supported a lot with Python. Yeah. Finally, you can have another demo. This is a kind of teachable machine with Google. This is the AI tool supported by Google, and you know, with Google, it is very, very nice. Okay. Yeah. So this is a little bit history about the internet before we have the Internet of Things. So concerning the network connections. So at the beginning, we don't have any concept concerning the internet or the network or the Internet of Things, but the starting point is the communication model. So you're gonna have 5 different blocks for any communications. Okay, so please remember number 5, because we have a lot of number 5 in this theory. Okay, it is assumed that you have some messages and you want to send from the source to the destinations. This is your source and this is your destinations. So normally you send your raw data from the source to the destinations, but it is not good. It is better that you can encode your data and you can decode your data at the receiver. So we have the transmitter and the receiver blocks. Yeah. It is in charge of the encoding process, and this is in charge of the decoding process. Okay, so in the middle is the core of the communication model, which is the transmission system. This is like a medium to send your data from the source to the destination. This is, you can imagine that this is a path from the source to the destinations. Okay, more precisely, this is the infrastructure to bring your information from the source to the destinations. Okay, so there are 5 different blocks of a communication model. And normally we have a device which is in charge of the transmitter and receiver as well. And in the beginning, this is the modem. Yeah, the name of this device is the modem. Modem means modulations and demodulations. Modulation means decoding process. And modulation means the encoding process, and the modulation is the decoding process. Okay, so this is the name of this device. So at the beginning, we just have the communications model with 5 different blocks. Okay, so after that, when you have multiple sources and multiple destinations, so it is impractical to create a link, a direct link from the source to the destination. Okay, because your sending process is very rare. You don't send your data very frequently. Yeah, a lot of time your system is in idle mode. Yeah, you don't send anything. So we need to improve the transmission system to reduce whenever you have multiple sources and multiple destinations. we reuse the transmission system, and transmission system is improved, and we have the concept of the network. Okay, so the network is here. The network is exactly here. Depending on the size of the network, we have different names of the network. Yeah, the smallest name of the network is the local area networks, or the LAN network. So at the beginning, it is very simple. For the LAN network, it is connect together on off the PCs. Okay, so like the PC is connected in a ring, so we have the name of this network is the token ring network. The advantage of this network is it is very simple, very easy to set up, right? The data is transferred very quick, because like when you send something to the network on off the PC, we receive your data immediately. So this is the speed of the network. The data exchange is exchanged very quick. Yeah, but problem of this network is that whenever you have a PC which is broken, the network is broken, and you have to create the network again from the, so it takes time. Yeah, but it is very simple, and this is the first image of the LAN network. And right now, this is the structure of our network. We have in the middle, which is the switch or a router. Okay, and whenever you have a device, you connect to this router. When you want to send some information, your data is sent to the switch before it can deliver it to the destinations. So you can see we have a little bit delay for the router, but this is a story very long time ago. Right now, the router is extremely very quick, because it is implemented fully by hardware components. Okay, so the delay is extremely very short, and you can see like the data is sent immediately from the source to the destinations. Even we have a device in the middle, but the speed is very high. Okay, and ATM LAN, it is a very advanced LAN network, and it is used in the industrial environment. So right now in industrial environment, in some production lines, we use the ATM LANs to connect a lot of devices in a line in an industrial environment. And the speed of this network is extremely very quick, maybe a million times compared to the local LAN we have right now at your home. Okay, and the protocol in this network is ATM LANs, asynchronous transfer mode. Okay, bigger than the LAN network, you have the WAN network, wide area network. Yeah, it is larger than the LAN network, and it can be used for city. Yeah, a kind of Ho Chi Minh City. When you apply a network, yeah, it is a kind of wide area network. And sending information in a wide area network, you're going to have a lot of concept. Circuit switching, packet switching, frame delay, and we also have asynchronous transfer mode for wide area network. But of course, the delay is a little bit higher in a LAN network. Okay, so right now for our internet, we are using a kind of packet switching. When you have a very big data sending from the source to the destinations, actually the data is divided into many packages, and they are sent separately from the source to the destinations. And at the destination, the information is collected before it can send to your PC. Okay, this is a kind of packet switching, and this is a very popular technique in our internet network right now. But it is improved a little bit when you have some live stream videos or some special services in the internet network. Yeah, if you have some times, you can check a little bit for this concept. And they are very basic in the network. Circuit switching is very outdated, but right now it is a kind of virtual circuit switching in packet switching. Yeah. They can combine some of them for an advanced communication protocol. And this is the structure of our internet network right now. Another number 5 you have to remember a little bit. Yeah, we have 5 different layers for the internet network right now. Okay, so for any system, you have the physical layer. Yeah, this is the physical devices in the network. This is your PC, this is your router, any physical devices. The data link layer, this is the second layer of the internet network architecture. And you can imagine that this is the local network. Yeah, the local network. This is the data link layer. And after that, you go to the internet layer. So your information can travel in the internet network right now. The transport layer, it means that the data is arrived at the destination, and the transport layer is designed to correct the data to gather the data because they are split into many messages. Okay, so you need the transport layer. And finally, this is the applications layer. Everything you have on your web browser, they are all the applications layer for the internet network. Okay, so physical layer is the physical devices. Data link, this is the local network. Yeah, to link on the devices in a local network. And after that, this is the internet layer. This is the routing protocol here. It is used to find a path from the source to the destinations. This is the internet layer. And the transport layer, all of your information is arrived at the destinations, but we need to correct the data. We need to change the order of the message. Yeah, we need to remove some duplicated message before we can have a big message and send to the applications layer. Okay, but this is the structure of PC network. Yeah, at the beginning we only have computers. The network is the word for computers. But right now we have a lot of devices. They can join into the internet network. Your smartphone, your tablet, a very simple platform like the Arduino platform, they can also join into the network. So we're going to have a new generation of the internet network, which is the Internet of Things. Yeah, many things can join into the internet. This is the concept of the Internet of Things. Yeah, and from the Internet of Things, like we have a lot of applications. They can improve from traditional application to smart applications. Smart agriculture, smart homes, smart education, smart energy, many fields can be improved if you can apply the Internet of Things network, but very carefully, very careful. Yeah, it is not really easy like we say here. Whenever we touch to a specific applications, we have a lot of problems. So is it suitable to use the Internet of Things or another network? We have to care about this problem. And the Internet of Things is considered as a result of the last industrial revolutions, which is the revolution number 4, Industrial 4.0. Okay, so the Internet of Things is here. So for the Industrial 4.0, we have Internet of Things, we have AI, we have blockchain, we have data science. Okay, so all of them, I think they are the main result of the Industrial 4.0, and Internet of Things is just one of them. Yeah, Internet of Things is just one of them. And from the image of the Industrial 4.0, you can see what is different to the previous revolution is that you have a lot of devices. They can share the information. They can share the information. Yeah. In the third revolutions, we only have one devices, but right now we have multiple devices. So the Internet of Things is just the infrastructure to connect all of them. And when we have enough data, we can have some problem concerning the AI or data science, okay, or cyber security. Many problems when we have a lot of data connected together. Okay, so before we have the concept of the Internet of Things, we have another concept, which is the connected objects. Before we have Internet of Things, we call that this is the connected objects. Okay, in the future, maybe beside the Internet of Things, we have the concept of Internet of People, or even Internet of Services, or Internet of Everything. A lot of services going to be improved, going to be developed. Yeah, smart grid energy for battery recharge. Yeah, a lot of devices right now, like a car, you can power by the battery. Okay, we don't use fuel anymore. Yeah. So this is another feature concerning the Internet of Things in the Industrial 4.0. Okay. Yeah. So more details for the structure of the Internet of Things. Now you have number 5. Okay, so 3 different number 5s you have remember. So this is the structure of the Internet of Things, and it is proposed by a very famous speaker, which is Timothy Chu. Yeah, we're gonna have 5 different layers for the Internet of Things. So the bottom layer is the things layer, yeah, the physical devices. But in this things layer, you have a lot of sensors and actuators. Okay, sensors and actuators. And in the second layer, this is the connect layer. You connect all of the devices. You collect the data from the sensor devices. Okay, and we have a lot of standards for the connections. You can use Bluetooth, you can use Zigbee, you can have LoRa, you can have many things. So right now, there is a very hot keyword in the second layer. I don't know if you have any idea about true wireless headphone. Yeah. Do you have any ideas about this technology? What does it mean, true wireless? It is a very hot keyword right now. Yeah, this is a very famous product from Apple, and after that, a lot of true wireless phones are released by many companies. Do you have any idea about this concept? What does it mean for true wireless? Okay, so the connection between the phone and your mobile phone is the Bluetooth, right? Yeah, we use the Bluetooth to connect to the phone. But before that, when you connect to a Bluetooth device, how many devices you can connect? You can type from your number. Yeah, like when you use your phone and when you want to connect to a Bluetooth device. Yeah, only one device. Only one device. And this is the standard for Bluetooth connections. And right now, this is the first time we saw that from a master Bluetooth device, you can connect to 2 different devices the earphone on your left and the earphone on your right, they are independent. You can use one of them. Yeah. Please test it if you have a true wireless earphone. Okay, so this is a very hidden technology in the true wireless. Okay, so when it can connect to two different devices, there is no reason that we can connect 3, 4, or even 5. So a lot of applications are waiting for this standard, and it is for sure this is a part of the concept, which is the Bluetooth mesh. Bluetooth mesh. This is a new standard for connections. Sorry. Okay, so I just have a phone. Yeah. Even we have a lot of standard in the second layer, but it is really a keyword for the Internet of Things network. So right now we have a lot of standards, but what is the best for the Internet of Things is not decided yet. And right now we have a kind of Bluetooth mesh, which is the standard to connect to multiple devices. And I strongly believe that they're going to use it in a modern car very quick. Yeah, in a smartphone, and I'm not sure, but for a smart car, yeah, it is very easy to use Bluetooth mesh right now, because the security of the Bluetooth is very high. So it is the best if we can apply it into a personal devices like a car or a smartphone. Okay, so this is the story of the second layer, which is the connect layer. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of problem when you work with your project in the second layer. Okay, so for the collect layer, we just work with the server. Yeah, this is the server. So right now, for the collect layer, this is the cloud, this is the fog computing, this is the edge computing. Yeah, all of them is in the collect layer. Okay. And when you have enough information in the server, you can perform AI machines or deep learning, many things in the server. So finally, when you can analyze the data, you can have some response to the data. So this is the last layer, and this is the last layer is the concept to change from automated to autonomous. Yeah, you heard about autonomous car. So this is what they are doing in the last layer of the Internet of Things. This is the action layer. Yeah, the action layer, the do layer. Okay. So 5 different layers, another number 5 about the Internet of Things. We have 5 different blocks for the communication model. And after that, we have 5 different layers for the Internet network. And for the Internet of Things, it is also number 5 again. And what we just did with the server is located in the collect layer, which is the cloud. Yeah, and we are using the things bar to design the third layer. So you can see that in this course, we just work around 3 different layers. It is not really go to the learn layer and also the do layer. No, we just stay a lot in the collect layer, the connect layer, and just a little bit. It is not really too much, but just a little bit on the things layer. If we have a chance to go to the university, maybe we more about the physical devices. But if we don't, yeah, we have to work in the simulations, and mostly we are stay in the connect and the collect layer. Okay. Okay, so in the connect layer, when you have a lot of data, if you send all of these data to the server, it is really heavy for the server. So like you have a camera for the things layer, you capture an image and you send the raw image to the server. It is really a very heavy task for the server. So it is better that you can process a little bit at the connect layer or the second layer before you can send the result to the server. It is better. But to work with the video, the audio, and the image, it is not really easy. Okay, so at the beginning, this is the AI problem, and you need a powerful devices to process the data. So it is very challenging for the second layer. But right now we have a lot of core. They are very light. Yeah, the processing time is very low. It can process an image very quick. So right now we are able to perform an AI machine on the second layer before we can send the result to the server. So the AI model is in the boundary of the second layer and the third layer. So this is the reason why we call this is the edge computing. The edge means the boundary between the connect and the collect layer. Okay, so this is a new concept. Maybe it can be a new layer, but right now the edge computing we can implement in the second layer and also in the third layer. But for the C part, we prefer that we can bring the AI problem to the second layer. At the gateway, you can process a little bit some AI, some simple AI model. Okay, so I will send you a link to work a little bit. And this is a tool from Google. Yeah, just play a little bit, and after that, we can integrate it in our gateway in the future. Yeah, and it can be a plus for you if you can implement a little bit the AI problem in your gateway. Okay, so we have a lot of tools from Google to work with the AI project. Yeah, and you can start with the first one. And this is the image project. And you can see we have two different options. Okay, so right now for a microcontroller like the Arduino, you can play an AI problem with your Arduino platform. Okay, so like I said before, right now we have a lot of lightweight AI model. Yeah, but it is you can start with a standard image model. Yeah, this is the AI model to work with your PC. Okay, so this is the tool for you to train the system before you can use it. Okay, so like I want to build a very simple application to detect a person if he is maskable or not. So I can change a little bit for the title, which is unmaskable. I open my webcam and I take some picture from myself. Yeah, I can change a little bit my face in the frame. Okay, whenever you click on this button, you take some picture, and this is some samples. This is your data before you can train your system. Okay, unmaskable, and this is another is unmaskable. For yeah. And I also open my webcam and detect some picture. So you can do the same for your site. Okay, you click on the train button and just wait it. Yeah. Very easy to use. You see, a very nice tool from Google. Yeah, and it is done. So right now you just train your system, yeah, with some samples. Okay, and now it is running. The AI model is running, and right now it is detected that I am unmaskable with like 100%. Yeah, the confidence of this output is very high. Okay, and when I put a face, yeah, I put a face mark, and the detection is changed. So very nice AI model from Google. It is very easy to use, and I hope that you can use it in your gateway in the future. Okay, so confirm to me by number 3 if you can have something like this one. Even you can train your system with any material you have on your desk. You can train a mouse or even a pen or your phone, whatever you have on your desk. You can use this tool to take the picture, and then after that you train your model by click on this button and confirm to me after you finish for this step. Okay, so this is the next step. After you train your model, you need to export your model, and you can click on the TensorFlow. Yeah, this is the Python source code for you. Even from Google, we have a lot of support from AI models, and we have the open source to use in our Python source code. So all of them is the Python source code. So in the future, we're going to use this source code and add it to the gateway. Yeah, and I hope that we can play a little bit for the edge computing in the gateway. Yeah. We count how many people in the room. We count how many birds in the nest. For example, this is what you can do. You can detect that if a car parking is available or not. Yeah, do we have any space for a new car, for instance? So any problem, you can use your eyes. You can decide that. it is yes or no. So you can use the AI machine to work for this problem. Okay, just a very simple camera connected to your PC. You can train your model, and after that you can use it for sure. But we're going to save it in the future when we work a little bit for the edge computing. Okay, so even you cannot imagine that we have a version for the kids, yeah, who are in secondary school or even in high school. They can work with the AI model. I will show you. We have a lot of generation of the programming language, and even for the block language, yeah, teachable machine, you can use a model from here. And you just click on the upload button, and you're going to have a link. Yeah, you're going to have a link, and after that, you use it in this programming language. Yeah, it is very easy to use for some kids, yeah, even in high school. They can have some demo for the AI model. Yeah, it is very popular right now. Any age, they can learn about the AI model. Okay. Yeah, you have the link. You can copy this link and you paste it in this block, and you can click on this block to execute the AI model, to link from this area to the Google. Okay, and after that you can have some unmaskable or maskable. It is running, the program is running, and it can detect me that I am in unmaskable state or maskable state. I can put something like unmaskable. Yeah, but we're going to use the Python language to implement the source code. You can see, yeah, performance is good. Okay, very easy, so any students can work on this AI machine, AI model. Okay. Okay, so this is also the end of the first lessons. So I would like to provide you some very briefly introductions. Even they are not really linked together, but some previous lessons, some lessons after, we're gonna link all of these things into one project. Okay, and I need to install a little bit for your PC. Okay, so I already share some manuals in Drive, so you can check on this one. This is the manual, even it is in Vietnamese. Yeah, so if this is the first time the Python, so please follow the manual how to install Python and PyCharm. Yeah, the link is provided here. Yeah. If you are using 32-bit, yeah, you have to install all of these things. But I hope that you are using 64. Yeah, it is better if you have 64 version. And this is the link for Python 3.8.5. Yeah, please download from this link. You don't really need to download from the main page of the Python, because this is the newer versions and it is not compatible with the AI models. Okay, step by step to install the Python and PyCharm. And what you need is the Hello project. Yeah, when you follow this manual, so just stop this manual if you can implement the Hello project. So bring out to the screen Hello World. Okay, yeah, and that's it. Yeah, this is enough for you to start working with Python and PyCharm, and you can continue for other manuals. But for the next lessons, so please prepare for me a little bit for an editor to program the Python. So in the next lessons, next week, we're gonna work with the Python source code to upload some data to the server and design a simple UI for your server. So this is some basic requirements for the first lab. Okay, yeah, this manual is already uploaded in Google Drive, so please check it. Okay, so just help me to install the Python editor. It can be PyCharm or Visual Studio Code, but I prefer that if it is the first time you work with Python, so please install the PyCharm IDE because it is very friendly and very easy to use. Okay. Okay, so 5 minutes for your questions if you have. Okay, so at the end, I would like to confirm some information in Vietnamese. Rồi, có một số thông tin mà tôi muốn xác nhận với các bạn cho kỹ để tránh những cái trường hợp đáng tiếc xảy ra trong cái quá trình học tập của các bạn. Hiện tại thì tôi thấy có nhiều cái khó khăn. Thứ nhất là dịp Tết cũng sắp đến gần. Rồi việc chúng ta học cũng có thể là sẽ phải học online 100%. Cái điều này chưa được đảm bảo. Và thậm chí bản thân tôi còn chưa nhận được cái lịch thực hành của các bạn nữa. Không biết là các bạn đã có lịch thực hành hay chưa. Nhưng thậm chí tôi còn không biết các bạn học thực hành lúc nào và học bao nhiêu tuần nữa. Nên là cũng hơi bị động cho cái buổi đầu tiên này. Nhưng mà nói gì thì nói thì tôi vẫn muốn các bạn làm thực hành trước và sau đó sẽ hướng dẫn lại lý thuyết sau. Nên buổi đầu tiên nó hơi mang tính chất rời rạc tại vì không có đủ công cụ để tôi có thể hướng dẫn các bạn liền một mặt được. Nên là các bạn về cài đặt giùm tôi một cái chương trình để viết, để lập trình Python. Và lời khuyên đối với những bạn chưa có kinh nghiệm hoặc đây là lần đầu tiên các bạn làm việc với Python thì các bạn theo cái hướng dẫn mà tôi đã chia sẻ trong Google Drive. Tất cả những gì mà các bạn cần chuẩn bị là tạo một project và in ra màn hình chữ Hello World là đủ rồi. Bao nhiêu đó là đủ để các bạn có thể bắt đầu lập trình Python cho cái buổi tiếp theo. Buổi tiếp theo tôi sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn hiện thực một cái gateway bằng Python, gửi dữ liệu lên server và thiết kế một cái dashboard đơn giản. Thì các bạn đã có khoảng 2 điểm cho bài lab đầu tiên. Chừng nào các bạn thực hành lab thì sẽ có thêm các yêu cầu chi tiết hơn, nhưng căn bản nó sẽ được dựa trên những gì mà tôi sẽ hướng dẫn trên lý thuyết. Các bạn sẽ có tầm 2 tuần để làm cho bài lab 1. Và các bạn lưu ý nhé, các bạn sẽ có deadline cho từng bài lab. Và bạn nào bị trễ deadline thì các bạn sẽ bị trừ điểm, hoặc thậm chí là các bạn không được phép làm những bài lab tiếp theo. Đây là cái điều mà khá là mới trong môn này. Thông thường tôi cho các bạn, thông thường ở những học kỳ trước tôi cho các bạn làm đến cuối học kỳ luôn, thậm chí sau khi thi cuối kỳ xong các bạn vẫn còn 2 tuần để các bạn làm. Nhưng mà tổng kết lại các bạn làm như vậy thì các bạn làm nó càng kém hơn so với việc đưa ra những cái deadline rất là kỹ và đưa ra những yêu cầu rất là chi tiết. Nên là chúng ta sẽ thay đổi trong học kỳ này. Chúng ta sẽ có những deadline rất là rõ ràng và những cái yêu cầu cũng rất là nhẹ nhàng và tập trung, không có lan man, không có sáng tạo, các bạn không có đề xuất nhiều. Các bạn sẽ có khoảng 10 yêu cầu trong mỗi bài lab và cứ mỗi bài lab giảng viên sẽ check yêu cầu này có hay không. Có thì có thể bắt các bạn demo, hoặc là các bạn chỉ cần confirm là có thì cứ như vậy sẽ tính điểm cho các bạn cho từng bài lab. Và trong cái tuần cuối cùng trước khi các bạn nghỉ Tết, tôi sẽ mời một anh senior developer về Unity 3D để hướng dẫn cho các bạn những cái thao tác cơ bản đầu tiên trên Unity, để sau đó Tết các bạn có thời gian chuẩn bị một chút. Và sau Tết các bạn sẽ có 3 tuần để làm một cái ứng dụng trên mobile để visualize cái dữ liệu của các bạn, hoặc là thiết kế một cái nút nhấn để các bạn điều khiển các thiết bị cảm biến. Nó có thể là bật một cái đèn hoặc là bật một cái máy bơm, những cái thiết kế rất là đơn giản như vậy. Và để hiện thực nguyên quy trình đó thì rất là vất vả, không có đơn giản các bạn ha. Sẽ có nhiều phần mà các bạn sẽ làm việc. Cuối cùng là tất cả các project là được làm một mình, không có làm nhóm. Đây cũng là điều mà các bạn cần phải chú ý. Và để cài đặt được nhiều phần mềm thì máy tính của các bạn cũng phải ổn một chút xíu. Cái này là cái khó khăn chung và tôi cũng không biết làm sao để hỗ trợ cho các bạn. Nên là mong các bạn chuẩn bị lại máy móc của mình cho nó ổn một tí. cần một cái cấu hình tương đối khá tầm 4 đến 8 GB RAM. Nếu các bạn xài SSD thì rất là tốt, nhưng nếu các bạn xài HDD thì các bạn phải cẩn thận, nó sẽ khá là chậm đấy. Nhưng mà nếu mà các bạn xài HDD thì các bạn sẽ nâng cấp RAM một chút thì nó sẽ ổn hơn. Còn nếu SSD thì các bạn tầm 4 GB RAM cũng có thể xài được rồi, nhưng mà hiện giờ thì máy 4 GB RAM tôi nghĩ chắc mất, thường là 8 GB RAM. Thì mong các bạn chuẩn bị các cái công cụ cho nó đủ để chúng ta có thể làm việc cho nó trơn tru. Cụ thể là trong tuần sau các bạn cần cài đặt PyCharm hoặc là một editor nào đó để lập trình gateway. Chúng ta sẽ sử dụng ngôn ngữ lập trình Python. Rồi các bạn có câu hỏi nào, khi không thì các bạn cứ đặt câu hỏi ha. Chúng ta còn khoảng 10 phút nữa. Rồi Quang.
Dạ thì em coi trên MyPK thì là lab sẽ có 6 tuần, bắt đầu từ tuần 12 thầy.
Đâu, tuần 12 hả?
Dạ.
Bây giờ là tuần mấy rồi?
Dạ, hôm nay là tuần 1, tuần này tuần 1.
Thì sao tuần 12 mới bắt đầu được ta?
Dạ, em coi trên
Vô lý.
MyPK thầy phát biểu.
Các bạn share cho tôi một chút xíu không? Các bạn Dương Quang và em có thể share màn hình cho tôi xem tí. Bên tôi thì vẫn chưa nhận được thời biểu thực hành của các bạn. Tôi nhận được đến 4 tuần học trước khi các bạn nghỉ Tết nhé. Rồi Internet of Things. Wow. 6 tuần liên tiếp. Ôi chà. Nhưng mà mỗi tuần là bao nhiêu tiết Quang? Mỗi tuần 5 tiết à? Các bạn check giùm tôi cái đó được không?
Mỗi tuần 5 tiết đó.
Dạ, 5 tiết và các bạn làm 5 tuần liên tiếp như vậy. Thật sự là hơi bất hợp lý các bạn, hơi bất hợp lý. Ôi, tôi cũng không biết nói làm sao, nhưng mà học kỳ vừa rồi là đỡ hơn một chút xíu. Các bạn có 6 tuần nhưng các bạn học xen kẽ, một tuần học, một tuần nghỉ. Thì các bạn tính ra vẫn có là 12 tuần. Nhưng mà tình hình như thế này thì rất là khó. Chả lẽ bây giờ 10 tuần, 11 tuần chúng ta chỉ học lý thuyết không, rồi sau đó 5 tuần học thực hành thì sẽ rất là bất cập. Nên chắc là tôi sẽ thay đổi tiếp ha. Chắc tôi sẽ mang một số giờ thực hành lên giờ lý thuyết, và trong những cái buổi thực hành cuối cùng thì tôi sẽ để dành lại cho giờ lý thuyết và ôn tập trước khi thi. Tôi nghĩ như vậy nó sẽ hợp lý hơn, chứ còn xếp lịch như vậy thì tôi thấy cũng như không, đâu có tác dụng gì đâu các bạn. Học đến mười mấy tuần lý thuyết sau đó mới thực hành thì đâu có tác dụng gì nữa, đúng không? Chắc tôi sẽ mang thực hành lên lý thuyết và chỉ trình bày ngắn gọn những cái lý thuyết vừa đủ để cho các bạn làm thực hành, và chúng ta sẽ làm luôn trên giờ lý thuyết. Đến cái giờ thực hành thì chúng ta sẽ demo chấm điểm, và có khi chấm điểm luôn trên giờ lý thuyết thôi các bạn, không chờ được đến tuần thực hành đâu. Tuần thực hành tôi nghĩ sẽ để dành cho những điểm cộng và ôn tập lại lý thuyết trước khi thi. Tôi nghĩ như vậy nó sẽ hợp lý hơn ha. Và tôi nhận thông tin này tôi cũng hơi bất ngờ. Nếu xếp lịch như vậy thì đúng nghĩa là cũng đâu có làm được gì. Thì những cái tuần cuối như vậy chỉ có thể là còn một cái lab cuối liên quan đến cảm biến, thì các bạn sẽ lên để làm việc trực tiếp với cảm biến thôi. Nếu bạn nào mà không lên được thì tôi sẽ cho phép các bạn làm mô phỏng, nhưng mà mô phỏng nó cũng giống với 99% so với việc làm thật. Làm thật thì nó sẽ thú vị hơn một chút. Rồi tôi sẽ cố gắng sắp xếp, nhưng mà trước khi nghỉ Tết các bạn sẽ phải xong cho tôi lab 1. Tôi sẽ ghi ra yêu cầu cụ thể rõ ràng để các bạn làm, và các bạn sẽ học thêm một bài liên quan đến việc viết project Hello World trên Unity 3D. Đó là target của chúng ta trong 4 tuần đầu tiên. Không thể nào khác để được các bạn, tại vì không là sẽ không kịp. Rồi các bạn có thể nhắn lên cho tôi số 4 rồi, những bạn nào đã từng lập trình Python. Nhiều chứ, nếu tính vậy là nhiều đó. Rồi nếu tính vậy là cũng ổn á. Tôi cho yêu cầu thêm các bạn một chút xíu ha. Nếu các bạn đã lập trình Python rồi á, thì các bạn tạo một project vậy và cài cho tôi một cái thư viện gọi là PAHO MQTT nha. Pip install PAHO MQTT. Buổi hôm sau chúng ta sẽ xài cái này nhé. Rồi, để chuẩn bị cho buổi hôm sau thì tôi sẽ nhắc trong cái group Zalo, các bạn chịu khó cập nhật thông tin trong group Zalo, tại vì Bigkel bây giờ nó khá là chậm và không có vô nổi luôn các bạn, thật sự là rất là khó vô, nên các bạn tập trung trên group Zalo để cập nhật thông tin và chuẩn bị cho buổi thứ hai ha. Buổi thứ hai xong là các bạn đã có đủ công cụ để làm cho lớp 1 và các bạn sẽ có 2 tuần để làm lớp 1, nên là các bạn rất lưu ý giùm tôi nhé. Chúng ta sẽ kết thúc lớp 1 trước Tết và không cho phép delay, các bạn sẽ phải xong lớp 1 trước Tết. Rồi, các bạn còn câu hỏi nào nữa không các bạn? Tuần sau ha, tuần tiếp theo á, sau khi hướng dẫn trên lớp xong, tôi sẽ gửi cho các bạn một cái report list ra 10 điểm mà các bạn cần phải làm cho lớp 1. Các bạn chỉ cần finish hết 10 điểm là các bạn sẽ có điểm tối đa cho lớp 1. Rồi, ok ha. Vậy nếu tính ra là các bạn học bài đành hết rồi, gần hết lớp rồi. Vậy cho tôi hỏi là trong này có bạn nào CS không? Bạn nào CS?
Dạ em bên CS thầy.
Sao CS nhiều vậy? Hèn gì các bạn biết Python nhiều. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cũng gần nửa lớp thôi ha, tính ra cũng không nhiều lắm. Ok, về Unity 3D không biết là có bạn nào đã làm việc với nó chưa? Có luôn hả? Vũ Minh Quang, em làm project nào trên Unity rồi? Em có thể bật mic chia sẻ một chút xíu. Hay em đang làm luận văn trên Unity? Vũ Minh Quang, không biết em còn không? Alo.